Hi students, welcome back. Coming to the next topic in the subject operating system is threads in operating system. So this is one of the important concept and very interesting concept. Now let's have a look on what is a thread. So in this video I'll explain about what is a thread and what is the difference between the threads and process, and what is a user level thread and the kernel level thread. Okay, now let's have a look on this. So thread. We know that a thread is a lightweight of process. I'm calling it as a lightweight of process. What do you mean by this lightweight of process? Any idea? You know that, right? Process is what? A process is nothing but a program in execution. A program in execution, you call it as a process. So if you want to execute a program, a single step is enough? No, you required so many steps. Okay, each statement you call it as a thread. You got it? A process is a program in execution. So in the process, you are having so many threads. So each thread is a small program in execution. Okay, so in the big program you are having small programs. Let me tell you a simple example. It's a general example, then you get a clarity on that what exactly a thread is. If you take a Word application, okay, Microsoft Word. If you take a Microsoft Word, okay, this is a general example, everyone knows that, MS Word. So this MS Word is an application, right? You call it as a process. MS Word is a process. Okay, so whenever you open your application, so in that application you are writing a document. So in that writing a document, if you want to delete a line, okay, if you want to delete a line, you will delete it, right? If you want to delete a line, so that delete you call it as a thread. Means you are doing a small task here. The CPU is performing a small part of execution, deleting a statement. That is a thread. Suppose spell checking. A spell checking is there. If you want to check the spell, so when you are doing a spell checking and you overwrite it, that simple spell checking, you call it as a thread. Okay, so that means if you want to save the program, a save command, that is a thread. So each and every small part of a program in a process, you call it as a thread. So that's why we call it as thread is a lightweight of process. I hope you understand. No problem. If you didn't understand also, nothing will happen. In the coming slides, you can clearly get the clarity on what exactly the thread is. Okay. So a thread is a lightweight of process, and it is a basic unit of CPU utilization which consisting of program counter, stack and a set of register. So for every thread you are having a program counter, a stack and a set of register so that the CPU can execute that small task. A process is a big task. In that each and every single task you call it as a thread. So it shares all the resources used by a process. Whatever the process is using, those resources are used by the thread also. Right or wrong? Okay, your boss is using all the, it's a company. So in the company, the boss is using all services in the company. Means he is using a charts and something like everything. At the same time, the thread, the employer is also using that, right? So in the same way, it shares all the resources used by the process. The process is whatever it is using, like the some different devices, and it is accessing all the functions of different devices like that. So whatever the resources the process using, the thread can also use that one. Means it shares all the sharing, it not completely, it's just sharing whatever the process is using. And it is not independent, student, because remember that a thread is always depends upon the process only. It is not independent, it can't execute everything by its own. It has to share the resources whatever the process is providing. Okay, so a thread is a path of execution within a process. It's a path of execution within a process. So all the employees are within the limit of the manager. Okay, so a thread is a path of execution within a process. A process can contain a multiple threads. Remember, not only single thread, multiple threads are there. In a company, the main person is a manager, employees, different employees, each employer you call it as a thread. So if you take the single thread, so a code, data, files will be is present, register, stack, everything will be present. So in a process, if a single thread is there, that single thread will access all these code segment, data segment, files, registers, stacks, everything will be shared by the thread. Suppose if you go for the multi-threads, so why, if single thread is there, it's okay, then why we are going for the multi-threading concept? The idea is to achieve parallelism by dividing a process into multiple threads. Suppose, for example, in a browser, multiple tabs can different threads. So you open a browser. In the browser, you have opened multiple tabs. One tab you open YouTube, another tab you open something like your different websites you have open. Okay, MS Word uses multiple threads, like one thread is for formatting text, another thread is for process input. So there is a chance of if you provide a multi-threading concept, so that the user can use a system very efficiently, right or wrong? Suppose if single thread is there, you can access only one window, you can perform only one task. So whenever the multiple threads are there, you can access multiple windows at a time. You can access the multiple windows, you opening different windows, and all are in a RAM only, and whatever the file you are clicking, that will be executed by the CPU. Okay, so in the MS Word also, if you format the text, you can do some information, you can delete it, anything you can be do. So that's why we there introduce the multi-threading concept. Remember, student? So now coming to the difference between the process and thread, this is one of the important concept, and in this differences you will get a clear clarity on what exactly the thread is and what is the process. Okay. So let me explain you. A process. What is a process? When switching a process, operating system resources are required. If you want to switch a process, it requires operating system. Right or wrong? Because operating system is providing a system call, then only you're trying to switch a process. Okay. So when switching a process, operating system resources are required. So threads, no operating resources are required for thread switching. If you want to switch from one thread to another thread, operating system resources are not required. Why? Because the thread is using the process. Okay. Process is there. Here the threads are there. So if you want to perform any operation on the process, operating system help is required. If you want to, if you are performing any operation on thread, operating system is not required. It won't take any resources from on operating system. It will share the resources whatever the process is using. Whatever the process is using, that resources are shared by the thread. Every time the thread is not asking the operating system for resources. Only the process will ask the operating system for resources. Okay. Now coming to here. If a process is blocked, other process waiting in the queue are also blocked. Because one process has to be complete, then another process will become. So if that process is blocked, means other process waiting in the queue is also blocked. Whereas if a thread is blocked, suppose in the process you are having a thread, right? Suppose if any thread is blocked, another thread in same process can still execute. That is what I am saying. In the process, so many threads are there. If one thread is blocked, nothing will happen. Another threads are trying, they can do their own work. They still in execute. That is another difference. If one process is blocked in the queue, then another process which is waiting, it has to be blocked. And whereas in thread, if one thread is blocked, the remaining threads will execute. Each process uses same code and it has its own memory. So whatever the process that is there, each process is using the same code and it has its own memory. Whereas coming to the threads, all threads share files and share child process. Coming to process, an application having multiple process will use more system resources. Obviously, if application MS Word is having, suppose it's an application, okay, if this application is having multiple processes are there, it will use more system resources. Let's take Microsoft Office. In the Microsoft Office, MS Word is one process, MS PowerPoint is one process, Excel is one process, like different applications, each is having a multiple process. These multiple process use more system resources, right? Different, well, one will assign to different resources. So we're coming to the thread. Processes using multiple threads use less system resources. Why it is using less system resources? Because the single process is using only the one resource, right? So that resources are shared by all the threads. So whenever one resource is sharing all threads, means obviously resource utilization is less. But whereas in the process, a different process are using different resources, obviously resource utilization is more in process concept. Are you getting clarity? Here, process 1, okay, process 2, process 3. Process 1 is using resource 1, resource 2, resource 3. So here 3 resources are using. If you're coming to the thread, in the process 1, multiple threads are there. This process 1 is using only resource 1. Each and every thread is using resource 1 only. So obviously in the thread, a resource utilization is less. And process. Each process works on its own. Thread can access data of other threads. So these are the difference between the process and threads. Now coming to the different types of threads, there are two types of threads will be there. One is a user thread and another is the kernel thread. So whenever you've seen the name itself, you can get the clarity on what exactly the user thread and the kernel thread is there. So the same concept of user mode and the kernel mode, right? So this is a user thread. It is implemented thread in the user level library. Remember student, user level thread is implemented in user level library. They are not created using the system calls. They are not using system calls. Who is using the system calls? Process will use the system calls. The process is using system calls. So the process is accessing by the thread. Okay, that means you are not directly accessing the system call. The thread is not accessing the system call. So they are not created using system calls. Thread switching does not need to call operating system. If you that is what I said. If you want to switch from one thread to another thread, there is no need to call the OS and to cause interrupt to kernel also. Means you are not interrupting any kernel. Okay, kernel does not know about the user level thread and manages them as if they were single thread process. Just it will perform their own process. So the user level thread will not disturb the operating system, that is the kernel. So everything will be present in the user level thread library only. Okay, so if you see here, one thing you have to remember that that user mode means cannot access hardware resources. User mode means it cannot access hardware resources. It performs only the user operations. If whatever I'm doing, I just work on user operations. And whereas a kernel mode, it access the hardware resources. You just remember those 2 points. Kernel will access the hardware resources. User will not access directly the hardware resources. Okay. So this is a user level thread. If you see here, this is a user space and this is a kernel space. So here this is one process P1 and this is another process P2. Let's take. So in the P1 process there are multiple threads are there. So this you call it as a library, user level library. Okay, this is a user level library. So in the user level library you have a thread table. So this thread table is consisting of a thread statements. Thread has to be pthread create, thread exit, thread join. So these are the some commands that will be present on the library, user level library. Okay, and here in the so it can be accessed with the runtime system. So runtime system, the user level library will be accessed. In the user level, you are having a thread table. In the thread table, each and every statements will be there, just like a system calls. It is having some commands like create thread, exit thread, join thread, yield thread. Different functions will be present on the user level library. Now coming to the kernel level thread. So the kernel level thread known as kernel knows the manage and manages the thread. Instead of thread table, each process, the kernel itself has as a thread table. Means the kernel itself is acting as a master. Because in the user level, we are not directly interacting with the operating system. We are not interacting with the kernel. Okay. So it maintains their own user level thread library. But in the kernel level, it itself, it accessing the operating system. It will access the system calls. Everything will be accessed. So it becomes the master. It also maintains the traditional process table to keep track of process. So which process is executing now and when it has to be executed, how much time it has to be executed, and whether the process has to be created or process has to be terminated. So everything will be keep tracks on the process table. So OS kernel provides a system calls to create and manage the threads. So here in the kernel mode, each and every thread creation and everything will be maintained here in the process table. So that process table will be accessed by the user. Okay. So this is about the threads concept, student. I hope you understand. It's a very simple. Thread is a lightweight process which is present at different multiple threads will be there. Okay, so you can consider your regular example MS Word. You will get a clarity on what exactly the thread is, and later the user level thread and the kernel level thread. User level thread will interact with the users. It will not interact with the kernel. It will not intimate to the kernel when to access and when to delete everything. So inbuilt it is having a user level thread library. It wants to do any operation, it can perform. Okay, and kernel level thread here, with the help of the operating system calls, it will going to perform the operation on the different process. So I hope you understand what exactly the thread is and multi-threading is. So if you're having any doubts, please let me know. Thank you. If you like this video, please like it, subscribe and share. Thank you.